Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. And as for today, I would like to talk about this, what do you call it, as a low budget Shadow Paladin deck, because I have been playing with the full version of Shadow Paladin and I feel like okay, everybody will play that kind of deck, and I was kind of thinking that how about if I make another build of Shadow Paladin, and this is what I've got. So before I started, I would like to ask you, like, have you tried this deck, or do you have like another non-PBO or PBD deck? I mean, like, in which you don't play them, or you don't use them, or you don't main them. If you do, please let me know. It will be so beneficial for me for my next video. And if you do, I will shout out for you. Thank you very much. And as for this deck, I call this as the shadow farming. And the idea of this deck is to strengthening your rear guard using the Dark Dictator effect. So the Dark Dictator effect technically is the King of Alfred in the dark side. So you cannot boost this unit, and also in our turn, this guy will get 2000 additional attack point for every single Shadow Paladin rear guard that we have. But the difference with Alfred is you can Soul Blast 3 of your Soul Blast, and then you can choose 2 of your front row and give them 5000 each. So technically you will give them the huge boost. So given this unit is the main vanguard of this deck, so we will need rear guard. So technically this deck has a completely opposite playstyle compared to the PBO or PBD deck, because you will definitely need a lot of rear guard in here. So if in the PBD or PBO you will sacrifice your rear guard to get more power, in this deck you will keep your rear guard as many as possible so you can be stronger. So let's get down to the list, and before that, let's start from the trigger. The trigger here, I have 4 heals, yes, of course, and then I have 7 draw, and then I have 2 stun triggers. Why I do have stun triggers? Because the idea of this deck is to strengthen in your rear guard. So rear guard is like your key power of this deck. So if you can after the rear guard attack, so if you can stand one of them, it will give you additional attack, and the attack is huge. I will give you example later on. Well, with the list, the forerunner is the Creeping Dark Goat. Why? Because this guy can search grade 3 from your deck, so it can help you to get Dark Dictator easily. Also, his effect requires you to put him into the soul, so he can help you to use the Dark Dictator effect. And then I play 4 Mark Clear, the Perfect God, explanation not needed, and I have 2 Guru Bow. Why Guru Bow? Because as I mentioned before, we need to strengthen our rear guard, and this guy can, if we move this guy from the back row to the front row, he can be like 9k attackers for the Vanguard. So he has the similar value, the similar attack value with the grade 2 units, just he cannot intercept. And then I run 2 Aryan Hood. Aryan Hood is good in here because sometimes we need to filter our hand. In my opinion, filtering our hand is always important because we never know whenever we got stuck, and we never know our top decking. So sometimes we change our grade 3, the unnecessary grade 3, with something new. It can be a fresh air. And then I have 4 Charon, 8k beater, and also a good column. Yes, she can make a magic column with his attack. That's very good. And I also have the Dark Side Pegasus. Well, even though he is just like a 6k booster and 6k attackers, but his skill is quite good for me in this deck. So whenever I place him on the board, then I can give additional 2000 attack point to other unit, and in this cross-ride era, that's very beneficial skill. And then that's for my grade 1. For my grade 2, I only the one and the only triple R in this deck, which is the School Witch Nimain. I don't think I need to explain her effect. Yes, so technically when she plays on the board, you just need to counter blast one and also discard one, and then you can draw 2 new cards. She definitely contribute a lot to your victory. And I have 4 Cursed Lancer because this deck is still heavy counter blast required. So yeah, we need somebody or some unit that can refresh our counter blast. And I have 2 Darkness Maiden Matcha. Why Matcha? Because my grade 1 unit here is strong enough to take down a rear guard or vanguard. So technically I will need somebody who able to call them. And as I mentioned before, this Guru Bow can be the vanguard hitter, and this Pegasus can be the additional booster. So with Maka, I can call them. Aside of calling a strong unit, I can also strengthen my Dark Dictator, because with her effect I can add 1 more unit to the board, and that contribute like 2000 additional attack point to the Dark Dictator. And lastly, I have 3 Rugos. I don't think I need to explain this. Yes, 10k power, 10k vanilla attacker beaters, that's a very good one. And then that's for my grade 2. For my grade 3, I have 3 Knight of Purgatory Skullface. So Skullface is like the alternative vanguard of this deck. So he's the Soul Blast of the Shadow Paladin clan. So yeah, every turn I can just Soul Charge him, and then if I manage to use the Soul Blast, if his attack hits, so I can retire all my opponent rear guard. But I rarely use his effect. Usually I just use him as the counter charger, just in case I don't get chance to get 3 Soul Blast. So if I think it's enough, I will ride my Dark Dictator on top of him. And then the main act of this deck, the Dark Dictator itself. So with the Dark Dictator, usually I will have like 15k, 20, and also 15k columns. And with the booster, let's say the booster is the highest booster here is Karen. So I'll technically have the 23, 20, and 23. So that's the huge attack number, and even can attack the cross ride. So then I have my heal trigger, the Dab Char. Char here is quite similar. Why do I bring Char here? Because his effect is quite similar to Matcha. So technically he can contribute more to the victory, to contribute more to strengthening my Dark Dictator by calling one unit from my top deck. And lastly, I have 2 Silver Spear Demon Gushon, and he is the stand trigger of this deck. Why? Because first we need stand trigger, of course. Can you imagine like the situation in which you have Rugos with 15k attack point, and then after the 3rd attack he just suddenly can be stood up and can make the 4th attack. And also can you imagine if the Charon here hasn't boosting yet, so you will have 23 attack point. So that's a huge number of booster. Remember, with the Crossride era, we need to have a booster, the beater at least with 23k attack point. So that's why I bring my Gushon here, and not to mention his skill is also quite good, because I just need to counter blast 2 and he can get 4000 additional attack point, and with booster with, let's say, Matcha again, he can be like 22 attackers, and that's the huge number. And yeah, the counter blast here, there's no many unit that requires counter blast here. First, just for Nimain, and then we have Matcha, and then we have Gushon. Just 3 of them, but the role is pretty crucial. That's why I bring 4 of my Cursed Lancer. And just for information, so if you, after you see this list and you think, okay, this is completely not Shadow Paladin, I think you're you're right, but in my opinion, this is like the other side of Shadow Paladin. This is like the different side of Shadow Paladin, in which we can play by strengthening our unit. Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think about this list? If you have any thought, please let me know in the comment section. Or if you have played this similar type of deck but the different build, please let me know which unit that I should replace to make it more efficient. And after this, we will play after this we will try this deck and show how this deck works in the game. So stay in here, keep watching. Thank you very much. So we are already in the game now. Let's hope this is not a VP farmer. My hand is actually quite good in here. I have grade 1, 2 and 3 that I need, and it happens that I'm against the Shadow Paladin and I believe this is the normal Shadow Paladin, so I think that's a good chance to check whether this deck works or not. Let's see what I've got here. Okay, by now I have two Dark Dictators already in my hand, so yeah, I got the key card already. And let's attack. Do we have triggers in here? Okay, charge just come in the first attack. I don't know, but I think that chart is always like that, you know, always comes in the wrong time. How about you? Have you played? Have you had this kind of experience? You got the heal triggers in the moment that you don't need them. Okay, Blasted Dart. So this deck is officially a PBD or PBO deck. So let's see how my low budget Dark Dictator goes against him. Oh, Skullface. Okay, that's new for me. He also has Skullface in his deck. Okay, then I think this is the internet issue. Okay, good. We have draw trigger here. Okay, I'm sorry. I think that's the kind of internet issue. And we have in the main. Anyway. Oh, that's my opponent has disconnected. So yeah, so it's their internet issue. So now, okay, we got second charge. So this is the second heal trigger. So let's do the main combo in here. Main, I think I will discard one of these Dark Dictator. And good, 2 matcha. Okay, we need Charon to attack. First, let's go with the Lancer so we can counter charge. Good, we got the draw trigger to the another Charon. Very nice. And do you get trigger there? Nice, so we can launch the next attack for us. Okay, Nimei with 18k. Okay, he got the trigger as well. Now let's see what kind of grade 3 that he will ride in here. I think my hand is quite strong in here because I have like 3 interceptors that I can use. Okay, strike to PBO without any PBD. Okay, this is Skullface. Okay, goes to the PBO effect and take down. Oh, Matcha. Oh, Chatham. So not taking down my interceptor. That's pretty unique. Oh yes, because he's building the front row as well, so he will taking down my interceptor, and then I believe he will attack with Lancer, so he will get the counter charge there. Absolutely. Oh, no trigger for me. And then PBO will attack with 18k attack point, and it definitely goes through. Okay, no trigger on the first check. Second check, no trigger as well. Lucky. How about me? Yep, nice. I got my draw trigger and goes to the another Charon. Okay, I got a lot of Charon in my hand now. It's like my third Charon, if I'm not mistaken. Now, okay, good. Another Nemian. Now let's get down to the boss. The Dark Dictator goes into the field and followed with Matcha. Let's see how the Pegasus works in here. Call Pegasus and give the attack to Charon. Sorry, to Matcha. I always get confused between Charon and Matcha, you know. I'm sorry if I miscall them, miscalling their name. And then I think Rugos will be good in here to taking down one of the interceptor. And I need to have less card in my hand. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's start with Matcha. And then Rugos will attack. And continued by the Dark Dictator with 20 attack point, 20,000 attack point. Then I got heal trigger. Nice. This is what I'm talking about. When the heal trigger just come in the right time and the right place. Okay, I didn't get the second one. And for making it worse, it was a PG, and my PG goes down, and my opponent also get the draw trigger in there. So. Is it just me, or we have been drawing like a lot of triggers? Okay, probably he have. Okay, so this is the witch that can draw 2 if his attack hits, right? The first time I see her. Sorry. Okay, definitely taking down of my Matcha there. Oh, thinking. Oh, I thought her skill just activated when her attack goes to the Vanguard. So, yeah, that's quite a bonus. And then the Master that will attack Merugos, definitely. So, if you pay attention carefully on the board, you can see the different style of these two Shadow Paladin. So the PBO and PBD, they definitely will reduce the amount of the unit in their board. Meanwhile, the Dark Dictator will try his best to keep as many units as he can be. So because the main act of this deck is not actually the Dark Dictator, but the rear guard, the front rear guard next to him. So now let's try to get some luck in here, and I don't think I need much. Sorry, a Charon. I got 2. Okay, goes into 2 Rugos. We got the another card for the next deck, and I think I need to do some counter charge in here. Okay, first let's take down the witch. And then whatever will happen, let's go here with one. Remember, we have the stand trigger in our deck, so always use your rear guard first. Yep, exactly like what I'm talking about. That's the stun trigger that we get. So Lancer stand up there and go get additional 5,000 attack point. Now, yes, there's no defensive trigger. So, but even though he got triggered, our Lancer attack point is at 22k attack point, so it definitely will go through. And as you can see, his field is pretty much empty, while mine is pretty much full, and the difference of the damage is quite a lot, 3 against 5. So this is why I kinda like this build, because I can strengthen in my attack and also my defense at the same time, not only focusing on the attack while sacrificing my defense. Okay, double charge, that's pretty rare to happen. Luckily it's not the third charge. If it does, then he doesn't have any heal trigger left in his deck. And given the situation of the column of char, I believe he will use the PBO skill in this turn to take down one of my intercept, I believe. Oh, it goes to Nemi. Usually I will take down the Lancer, just in case. Okay. And then PBO goes attack. Is there any triggers in there? Okay. The PBD just come right now. Had PBD came like earlier in the game, probably will against the cross-ride unit with 13k attack points, so then I can show you better about how this deck worked. But yeah, this happened. And anyway, we are pretty much the same now. We have 5 damage each, and that's Gusion, my last stand trigger. So there's no more stand trigger in the deck. And now we need to have 3 soul for us. This is why I'm keeping my Dark Goat, because he will help me to fill the soul. So by now I have 3 soul for my Dark Dictator and I can do the Soul Blast as well. So I will try to do the Soul Blast and strengthening 2 of my Rugos this turn. But I need 1 more unit. Let's put the Dark Dictator here. So as I mentioned before, we have 15, 20, and 15. To me, this is like the huge number of attack. Okay, the first 15. Why do I attack like this? Because I want to give like a psychological treatment to my enemy, because he saw I had the stand trigger before. So by doing this, he will assume that I still have the stand trigger in my deck. So it will make him more cautious when playing. And yeah, apparently he had 2 PGs there. Quite expected enough. And now, okay, Aryan Ho, filtering hands. Do you have anything good there? Okay, he called PBO. Well, that must be one desperate move. So 1 card left, it must be PG. Yeah, it must be PG. That was a desperate move to me. But unfortunately, bro, we also have PG. Oh, thinking that must be... Oh yes, that's near the PBO. So yeah, we already anticipate that. Is there any heal? Yes, definitely heal triggers. So extra work for me. But the good news, that is the last heal trigger in his deck. So by now we can all out attack to him. Just need to strengthen our unit. Oh my god, had I didn't use my skill in the previous turn, it will be much easier now. But yeah, pass is pass. Now let's use this. And we need Gusion. This is why I bring Gusion in here. He will be 22 bitter in this moment. And as you see, we just need 2 attack to win. And yes, the first attack goes to Dark Dictator. First, no trigger. Second check, no trigger. But the attack definitely goes through. Any defense there? Yes, he got the draw trigger. 22 against 21. We still win as long as that's not PG. Yes, it goes through. And yep, that's the PG. He just 1 way from the PG. But yeah, that's how the deck works. I hope you like it. If you have any comment about my video or my deck, please leave it in the comment below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.